Hello once again, and happy holidays, Star Wars and unboxing fans. Welcome to another episode of Darth Tuba's Star Wars Unboxing Show. I'm your host, Darth Tuba, and we have a wonderful display of some holiday goodness. Well, when I say holiday goodness, I mean it just came at the holidays. In fact, if you've been watching this channel, you might have seen each one of these get unboxed. I'm trying to remember if I did. I know Aurra Singh was in there somewhere, and I know Crosshair might have been. I'm not sure about Kuiil. Now, Kuiil's old, all right? I want to talk a little bit about that, too, because I ordered through, I don't want to use any, I don't want to give the name out, but I used a lot of different online retailers to pre-order a lot of figures. Now, part of that's on me. I just went with the first one I could find, and sometimes the cheapest price or whatever. And, you know, there are 6 months to sometimes even closer to a year in advance you're ordering these figures. And I noticed when we were down, my family and I were down in Disney in the summer, I had ordered Kuiil in the summer. Kuiil was available everywhere in the Disney park. Now, granted, it was a little bit more expensive in the Disney parks, but it was still available. As the same thing with Grief Karga. But I say, well, I pre-ordered them. I'll just wait for them to come. Well, I didn't expect them to take this long. It is now December, and I have not received them. But I will say that, you know, with relative ease, I was able to go on other sites and find these figures that were in stock. So I ordered them, and in fact, I think all three of these figures were examples of figures that I had pre-ordered someplace, and then had come up in stock in other retailers online, and I went and used them. I went online, I ordered another one of each, and then I went on my original orders for each of these figures from the other retailers and just canceled them. Two of the three were very easy. You could just cancel right from your orders page. And the third one just required an email their help desk, and they got back to me within less than a day, and everything was fine. So, you know, I feel bad. I'm happy for the customer service. I would rather give those companies the business, you know, because they were the ones to have them listed. But this one company, I know that their issue is that they don't ship everything out except in one order to save on shipping, which makes sense. But I don't know which orders are not quite there. There's multiple things that say they're not available. But that's not for this channel. This channel, we're going to talk about these figures. Now, these two are sitting on a box from Target that I also am going to end with, because that just came in the mail today, and I'm very excited for what that is. I've already pre-looked at it, so we'll check it out. But let's get these three unboxed. One thing I've noticed when it comes to the Black Series figures is I've noticed that less and less, unless you're getting a super deluxe figure, you're not seeing any extra accessories. Like, there's very few coming with extra arms or extra hands or extra heads, which I'm actually okay with. I mean, I understand, you know, inflation being what it is, we're getting less with more, but we're getting less and paying more, and I understand that it can be frustrating. But what I mean, though, is that I have no real interest in keeping these boxes. I just want to have the figures displayed loose, and then I will sell them loose when and if the time comes, or my next of kin, as I've said in previous episodes. And because I I collect loose. That's what I do. So I really don't mind if they are in the package or what have you. So we have Crosshair. You know what I'm going to do with this one? I'll add some photos so you can see. Now, these are the photorealistic figures. So obviously these are Clone Wars characters, but they are photorealistic figures in the Black Series, which I think is cool. Now, the question I have is, can I get this guy to, let's see, if he's holding the gun, he's like, hold it like this, okay. I am trying to see if I can get him to actually hold this gun the right way. I mean, you know, Crosshair, you gotta imagine, he's kind of needs to have the gun going the right way. But the question, and the thing about this, if I'm looking at this the right way, the gun, come on, the gun is a forward weight, and the backpack is a rear weight. so. Darn it. Okay, do this again. Get his gun in there. I miss the days of the, doesn't want to hold his gun. Come on there. I love how the Black Series figures have the loose, have the finger. Actually, I think it's that loose index finger is the key. Yep, it's the key. You have to get it in that loose index finger. Alright, so if I put him, I don't know if you can see him, right? You can see him here. Alright, I gotta get him passing the stand. Oh, his ankle's very bent here. Come on, dude. Come on. Alright, well, so I will say his ankle situation is a little rough. So I think what I'm going to do, I think this guy, I'm going to try to pose him in a genuflecting pose. If I can get it to work. Yeah, no, that's not working either. Alright, his posing is a little tough. Come on. Alright, so that works. Not too bad. Trying to get his arm to at least look like it's. Sometimes it always get hard to get that left arm, left hand grip underneath without like losing it in the right grip. So just kind of keep it hidden in the back there. Alright, so he does alright. I think the armor plating sometimes gets in the way of stuff, so we have to just be cautious of that, but he does alright. Next up, Aurra Singh, bounty hunter extraordinaire. Apparently killed by Tobias Beckett. Spoiler alert. Not on screen. Or as he would say, I'm pretty sure the fall killed her. I just pushed her. Something like that. It's amazing. One of these great examples of just such a cool design. Had one, not even a second of screen time, maybe a second of screen time, and became this kind of folk legend type of amazing kind of character, and just really amazing what they've come up with. She's had her own comic books, and then she's been featured in Clone Wars, and my favorite, holsters. She's got the holsters. Yay! Now the one thing I think they kind of downplayed is her fingers, because her fingers are really long. If you look at the, oh, is this a? Oh, I see. Is this? I guess this is part of the gun, I'm thinking. Yeah, it looks like this is basically just something that you attach to the gun. Oh, this is interesting. It's like a gun. It's like a gun, a strap, which is cool. But, and then you can kind of stick it there, and it can come off if you want it to come off. So you don't have to have it there if you don't want it. But again, that just to me provides enough. And I think part of the reason for that is that in order for it to get, you have to get it wrapped around her a little bit. It's a little bit more challenging. I could be wrong. Perhaps I am. I don't know. I often am. So I will say that while it's a cool feature, it doesn't seem to want to hold too well here. So that's a bit of a yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah. Probably be putting superimposing pictures of her over this because it's kind of weird. Yeah, it doesn't want to stay. Alright, you know what? Hate to say this, but I'm not going to use that. I'm going to keep this, I'll keep this box. Which I hate doing when I don't have to, but it's for one little tiny piece that I don't want to lose, but it's going to get lost if I don't. So it's all right. All right, so that stays over here. Now, what can I do with him in terms of, or her, excuse me. How the heck do you? See, this has got a more old-fashioned type holster. And again, you got your arm. But you got to tilt it in, and you got to wrap. Come on, wrap your hand around it and your thing. If you see, some of this might end up being on high speed. Oh, there we go. Oh, maybe not. So that works better. Okay. All right, now does she pass the stand test? Passes the stand test. All right. Aurra Sing. Really great sculpt. Always wondered what about that antenna sticking out of her head there. Kind of strange. All right. Okay, Kuiil. Looks like you have no accessories. You just have the one. Keep losing the. It looks like he's got the same kind of similar. I didn't really notice this, but it looks like it's a similar type of a barrel gun, like sawed-off gun that the Jawas have, which, you know, kind of makes sense. It sounds like he communicates with them, or I'm sorry, the off-world Jawas. I have spoken. All right, now, can he hold it though? The only problem with these, you know what? I think I'm just gonna carry it over his backpack there. Okay. Now, does he pass the stand test? He's got a backpack, so you got to be a little careful. And he does. It's a beautiful thing. All right, so there's Kuiil, Aurra Sing, Crosshair. All right, and lastly, I'm in trouble again. Trouble again. The Droids C-3PO with the proper paint scheme. Now I'm trying to figure out if this is, I'm pretty sure that, I mean, obviously they didn't use the metallic, metallized paint app on him and instead gave him the color similar to that from the cartoon. Awesome, awesome. Even has a coin. My only complaint, I have two. The back. There is some type of a UPC label, which came off without any issue, I think. All right. And the only other thing I would say is that the coin, if you look at it really closely, is sideways. See that? It's got, I mean, you came so close. It's a great, Target did a beautiful job mailing it. So that was good. The plastic, the bubble is a little flimsy, so you got to be careful with that. But oh, so cool! I'm so excited. I did order Boba Fett and R2-D2, so they should both be coming soon. Just right now, this is the 3PO is the first one to arrive, so that is all we have at the moment. So 3 Black Series and a Lucasfilm 50th anniversary 3PO Droids figure. I'd call that a good day. All right, so that'll do it for today's episode of Darth Tuba Star Wars Unboxing Show. Like, subscribe, hit the notification button, check me out on Instagram, Twitter. Check out the War of the Stars podcast. Okay, we'll be talking a little bit more about some fun holiday themed things, along with stuff about the Book of Boba Fett and the failed HasLab thing. I'll save most of my discussion for the Rancor not getting funded on HasLab for the podcast. I will just put like the short of it is I had fully intended to back it. Unfortunately, it just didn't get backed. So I did not. When I was kind of keeping an eye on it, and when at the last minute I saw that it was still kind of holding, and it wasn't going over the top, I kind of had a feeling, and so I therefore decided to pull my backing on it. Mainly, folks, finances. That's really the main reason. We are income shifting, and with that in our family, it's going to be, I have to be very careful with larger sum expenses like that. Figures are not a problem, even Black Series, but $350 for a figure. Plus, I don't really have a lot of space to put it. That's my reasoning. Okay, will I back another HasLab? Well, it depends on what it is. If I feel like I can budget for it, then yes, I will. But I'm sorry for those who were really looking forward to it. I wish that it could have gotten backed. I would have considered jumping on it had it gotten back, but I don't know. I'm just being honest here, folks. This is the ups and downs of crowdsourced material. If there's not enough interest, then, or if the price is too high or whatever, it prices people out, and it prices people who want it out. And I do feel bad for the people. I'm so sorry for the 8,500, I think, were originally going to back it, and it just didn't quite get there, and I apologize for them. However, at the same time, I'm not going to apologize for myself not backing it. Okay, it is essentially an item that I had no interest in buying. Unlike the Razor Crest, unlike the Sail Barge. So we'll see what Hasbro puts out next. I don't collect everything. Whatever they come out with, if it's something I really want to have in the collection, I will consider it. But I'm sorry that there weren't more interest. I'm not alone. But anyway, I appreciate your comments, and thank you so much for watching. Check me out on Instagram, especially right now. I'm doing an Advent Calendar open unboxings live each day. And until next time, may the Force and the toys be with you.